add emotional exploitation and coercive manipulation to the current allegations. Tasha K., who was seated in the back, whispered to a reporter, "And this is still only Act 2. Bambi testified later that day. Extremely terrible. She described the gas, the restless nights, and the emotional toll. Scrappy instructed her in messages to simply go along with it, saying it will make us seem good in the end. This time, the prosecution revealed additional unreleased video, including a covert microphone clip from a reunion recording in which Scrappy is heard stating, "Today she is emotional. Let's comfort later and roll initially," in the courtroom. As they were ready to adjourn, however, the big surprise arrived when Tasha K. stepped up and asked Bambi to send in another encrypted video called Emergency Room Confessional. The movie played, the lights went down, and the judge gave his approval. When the entire courtroom observed Bambi sitting in an emergency department waiting room following a panic episode, her makeup smudged. A camera. The producer could be heard murmuring, "Can we use this?" While the operator was concealed behind a curtain. Simply blur the wristband. It will appear strong. Bambi raised her head and remarked, "I only needed to take a break. I was unaware that I had committed to being broke." Fans began camped outside before the sun had even risen, but the narrative was only getting started as the courthouse emptied. The courthouse. This was a cultural event, not simply a trial. Journalists competed for cameras as street sellers sold Ultra Broken for ratings shirts. Space. The morning news featured a fan holding a banner that read, "Protect Bambi." The judge had asked for one more hearing before discharging the jury, and the atmosphere in the courthouse was overwhelming. Scrappy, now very thin, and Bambi sat silently with his attorneys, fidgeting, and had fire and steel in her eyes instead of cosmetics or lashes. Are in her chest, and Tasha K. stood like shields on either side of her. The bailiff called court to session. It didn't matter that cameras weren't permitted inside. Tasha K. had already pledged to edit the whole trial into a documentary, but one last surprise caught everyone off guard. Judge, prior to jury deliberation, Ms. Freeman has asked for authorization to present one last piece of evidence. The courtroom was filled with silence. Tasha K. walked slowly while clutching a brown packet. "Last night at 2:37 a.m., Your Honor, this file was anonymously uploaded to my legal team's Dropbox folder. A 14-minute uncensored confession from a former urban trend boss is included. Shortly after they were subpoenaed, studios videotaped." The judge arched an eyebrow. Prosecution. "Your Honor, this video is validated, metadata verified. Defense objection? Same production push as the confessionals in Season 12. The video starts, the judge overrules, and the courtroom entirely.